Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Four Sides of the Ring. It's Justin and Casey, and we're talking Raw tonight. We're talking the return of John Cena. He made his.
Well, it's been a big night on Raw. There's a few different things that happened on Monday that is starting to kind of vary towards our theory of WrestleMania,
Yeah.
if it holds.
But
with John Cena comes out and he almost had like a Rock-esque attitude. You know, it's not my fault, it's your fault. You bullied me into being what you wanted.
He was the victim.
He was the victim.
The abusive relationship. He blamed everybody.
Let's face it, too. That was the biggest booing I have ever heard from anything when he came out. When his music hit, and they were basically saying Cena sucks.
Yeah, well.
And he immediately, you can almost tell his demeanor changed, too, because he went from gonna do his thing to I'm just gonna not do nothing now.
Yeah.
He damn near walked out of that ring, 2-3 times?
Times.
Because the crowd wasn't gonna let him speak.
Yeah, crowd wasn't having it. They're up in Brussels, and
I'll tell you now,
they weren't having it.
That's one of the things that kills me is when they're over there, and that crowd just does not let them continue the show. They just sit there and do all those sports chants, and it's just like, okay, let them start talking now. We just started the show, and it took a good 5 minutes before he even talked.
Well, that's the thing. That whole segment went nearly a half hour.
Yeah, a half hour, and part of it was because they wouldn't let him talk to begin with.
But eventually, Cody Rhodes came out.
Well, that's the thing, too, is because even Cena's claiming that he's not a babyface nor a heel, but he's a human being. He said that every fan's been awful to him whilst continuing getting booed. And then Cody comes out, which, let's face it, Cena immediately disrespected him by calling him kid. And the moment he said that, oh,
enough.
We're done.
Enough.
Because he even said, and by the way, it's WWE champion.
Yep. It's not kid. It's WWE champion. And then he goes on to, he points at Cena's shirt. Where's this John Cena?
I still, he even said, I don't, even after what you did, I was still excited to go to WrestleMania. And then he's like, but you're a whiny bitch.
Right.
And he literally said, this better not show up to WrestleMania, because I will put it down. I will literally, retire it early.
You retire it early.
He was not, and that was probably one of the fastest Cody segments, period, because he came out, said exactly what he wanted to say, and got right back out of the ring.
So this is gonna lead up to a really good match then at WrestleMania. Him and
I didn't notice that.
Him and Cena. And then
did you notice they put yellow in the Raw logo for the flag?
See it.
That's crazy. For Belgium's flag. I didn't notice that.
So, it was a good segment, though. Really.
I will tell you. Okay, so it says here on this one, right? Cena is not wrong about the crowd hating him for no reason during this segment. He's not wrong. And personally, I'm one of those ones. I don't hate Cena, and I don't hate this segment. I think this is entertaining as shit, and I want to see how far Cena's going to take it. I think it's going to make one hell of a WrestleMania.
Now the question is, though, does Cena win at WrestleMania? Does he take that title off of Cody?
I'm still leaning towards yes. I think they're gonna have it to where he breaks that record. I think, like we've been talking, he's going to kind of go down the path of redemption. In once he loses the title, because let's face it, Randy Orton wants one more run, and I'm sorry, but if Cena wins and breaks that title, Randy Orton's right there with him. So if Randy wins, he gets up there too. I don't know if he breaks the record, but he at least gets up one more closer to it. I don't know if he's two.
Isn't he 14 time?
I think
that's
so.
where he's at.
He's 14, so he's still got a couple more.
But still, you know.
No, isn't he 15? I can't remember. Anyway, he's right there alongside Cena, close enough at least.
Yeah, 14 time.
14 time. So, but I'll state, I think it's probably going to go down the path of possibly Cena gets a little bit of a title run for a little while. Because let's face it, if they give it to Cena, Cody loses it. Now Cody's going to come back with a vengeance. But then it's going to draw towards SummerSlam. And it's the first ever 2-hour SummerSlam. So they're going to want to sell tickets and they're going to want to sell a story towards it. And make it or did I say 2 hour? 2 day. I meant 2 day SummerSlam. So they definitely want to draw a story towards that one too.
Well, I think on the men's side, we're kind of solidified in what matches we're going to get. Because we've got Gunther Jay.
Well,
now it looks like we'll just have Cody, Cena. And well, I say just, but
yeah. Anyway, no. So we're still up in the air with what's going on with Seth and them,
right?
Which might lead to a triple threat at WrestleMania, just a regular match.
Yeah, that's some of the. But I mean, like a championship wise, it looks like we're going straight up matches. You know, the 2 championship matches
for Tiff and
for Cody and Cena and
Jay and
Gunther,
yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
on,
I think
on the
so.
men's side,
yeah.
like the Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins stuff, we might get a triple threat between them and CM Punk.
I tell you, that still would have been cool if they got involved.
It would have been cool, but it doesn't seem like that's the path they're going down.
No, I don't think so. I think
looks like those championship matches will be.
I think they're drawing into.
Obviously, we still have
between Cody and Cena.
Obviously, we still have the possibility of Stone Cold coming out helping because you're still gonna have The Rock hovering around somewhere.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Roman interfere at some point
and whatever.
Because let's face it, Roman still wants to get Cody back.
And whatever surprise they still have up their sleeves.
Well, Stone Cold will definitely be there at least because he has already stated he will be there for the WWE signings.
Yeah.
Which I wish I could go. I'm going to cry now.
But as far as like triple threats or anything, doesn't seem like the championship matches will feature that. On the men's side, we'll get into the women's side here in a little bit.
A little later, but then even TNA is going to be in Vegas that weekend.
Are they?
Yeah, they're there April 17th through the 20th, I think, doing one of their
Doing their show.
PLEs. Unbreakable, I think is what they're calling it. All right, that takes us to the first match of the night. A no-holds-barred match versus Ludwig Kaiser and Penta.
This was a good match.
It was a good back and forth. Kaiser and Penta also, like we said last week, they know how to bring a match.
They know how to bring a match, and then adding the no holds barred was fun. Getting the chairs out, and
oh yeah,
there's some good stuff in there when I think Penta kicked the chair into Kaiser's head and
right
a couple times, They had some good stuff. These guys, they're pretty good. But I think, we've seen them a few times now, though. So, but not that they're not fun to watch. They had some good moves going on.
Yeah, definitely a good match. It led to Penta beating Kai Ludwig. And then right after that, Kathy caught him leaving, where he states he's going to go try and make a run for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, Well, I'm going to say something about Kathy real quick.
Kathy?
Yeah, because she's with Liv and Raquel in Italy, and they were posting on social media. And Liv and Raquel, they're at the Leaning Towers of Pisa. You know how you do the pose.
Yeah.
So they told her she was lined up, like, doing it right, but they had her, like a foot away, like she wasn't even near there. So they're sitting there screwing with Kathy. Sorry, that just reminded me of that one. You said Kathy. But... So Kathy's getting screwed with by Liv and Raquel in Italy. But back to the point.
Anyway, so then that leads us to our next match, which is Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile. And they were also accompanied by Chad, Gable, and the Creeds. Well, Ivy was. Apparently, Ivy looked surprised that Chad showed up. Oh, Gable show up late for the match. Anyway, that was a decent match, but it was just a plain filler match, obviously.
I like Ivy. She's fun to watch. She does a good job.
So does Dakota.
And Dakota's real good, too. But, yeah, like you said, they were going at it, but then it wasn't a very long match for sure. And then a lot of it was Chad Gable anyway.
Yeah, a lot of it also was Ray and Dragon Lee coming out to take out Creed brothers and chase after Gable.
Yeah, and then Gable took off.
Which that was pretty close to the end there. It's back.
It is back. Anyway.
Oh, God. So let's see. That caught Ivy off guard. Distracted not Ivy. So Dakota could get in her, GTK for the pin and the win. So Dakota beat Ivy with the win. And like I said, it was a decent match. It was clearly just to kind of push the story between Ray, Dragon, and Gable.
Right. All right, and then I think we had the
fastest match of the year.
Well, I think we had the signing first.
Yes, Bianca and Io signed. Sorry.
So we had the contract signing for Bianca and Io.
41.
And this is what we're talking about on the women's side. So Bianca and Io came out, and everything was fine. They both signed the contract for the match, and then Rhea decided to come out.
Yeah, Rhea came out, screaming her shit at Bianca again.
And then she
headbutted,
and once again, poor
Io got pushed to the side by the face by Bianca, leading Rhea to headbutt Bianca, and then leading Io to get powerbombed on top of Bianca.
Yeah, so those two got...
Which I think that table was supposed to break, and it didn't.
I wondered the same thing, because they got laid up on that table.
But anyway, that led to the topic probably of the week until we actually get what's going to happen through on Monday. We probably won't have answers till Monday. But that leads to Mommy grabbing the goddamn contract and signing it, which now has made it technically into a triple threat match if they...
So now we're at the triple threat match. But if Rhea gets to sign the contract,
anyone can. I sent you that where on X or whatever, people were commenting, we can just sign it. We can just go sign contracts now. This is how that works. So, I mean, look at it this way. Right now, we might just get what we've been guessing, but hopefully come Monday we'll at least get the triple threat match, because that'll be a killer.
We're getting something. We're getting something a little different than just the match. And I'm hoping for the fatal 4-way, getting Liv Morgan involved, because I think she still deserves a title match.
We'll definitely see where they go.
So, but anything could happen at this point. So,
well, that leads, because she took the contract with her, leaving the ring. Adam quickly behind. So that leads to the conclusion of that one. And then that leads to the Jey Uso Austin Theory match, which ended pretty quick.
Yeah, it was.
I think that his Yeet entrance was longer than the match. Jay put Theory down quick.
Oh, Jay looked like he was having a rough night, though.
Oh, he botched.
He botched going over the rope.
He whacked himself pretty good, too.
And that spear was off that he got Theory with.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder, because I heard that match wasn't supposed to be that short in the first place. It was supposed to be a regular match. So it makes you wonder if they changed.
They probably changed because the damn promo was 30 minutes long.
Yeah, I think.
So they probably said, "Hey, cut your match to this instead."
Had to cut the match, and
and it's like, I don't mind that they go overseas, but that seems to keep happening over there. They make it to where it's like those promos take way too damn long. Mm-hmm. It's probably why we didn't get much out of Rhea and them either. That was a pretty fast.
That's the thing. Like even the Dakota Kai
Ivy
match were fast.
They all seemed like they got real fast, yeah.
But this one definitely got cut short, and I mean Theory gets the the bad end of that, because he just goes out there and takes the pin,
Yep. Then he did the doing the surprise splash, which ended up whacking his head coming out of it. Mm-hmm. And then right after that, Gunther comes out. Went to put Jay to sleep and
didn't get him this time.
Did not get him. And it ended with Jay holding that belt and throwing it at him. But Gunther looked shook.
Yeah, well, I think Gunther's worried.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
And I think he's been worried for a minute now, so.
I think Gunther is starting to see that Jay's not screwing around. And the moment he immediately got out of that sleeper hold and topped him, he got nervous. So let's see. That leads to the Creeds versus LWO.
Yeah, we had the Creeds LWO fight.
Which that even seemed quick.
It did. I like watching LWO though. Those guys are pretty good. Well, and it's Dragon Lee anyway.
Well, yeah, Dragon Lee,
It was Dragon Lee and Ray tonight, and those two are fun together.
Oh yeah.
And then,
and then our lovely American-made luchador showed up again.
and he got his wax in, and then
Got security chasing
he
after him.
got chased off again.
But we'll have to see who that is, because you can't tell.
It's Chad Gable, and it's funny because he followed the same exact path that Chad Gable followed when he ran. So it's like, if that's Chad, he had to make the same run twice in the same show. Yeah, it's funny. If it's Chad, it's Chad. Decent fight, though. I mean, but nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing much to it.
Like I said, after that promo, a lot of these matches really started getting shorter and shorter and faster.
Right? It's just, it was all right though. Then we got the Seth Rollins promo,
which carried on.
Which is a Seth Rollins promo.
Yeah. No, it was the crowd carried it on yet again, probably pushing him for time on the next match.
But he did make the point that he is going to be at SmackDown this week.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come visit Roman and Punk. So,
and we'll see where that leads.
So we'll get to see more of them and what's going to go on Friday. So that'll be interesting.
Right. Seeing now that I'm thinking about it, because we're coming up to the main event, we forgot to talk about the interaction of the backstage of Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, yeah.
But there's also another interaction of backstage that, if you noticed, when Dakota's coming to the ring and EO's sitting there jumping up and down for the whole walk, who was Karrion Kross talking to?
Oh, shoot. Who was he talking to? Oh, he's talking to AJ.
No, he talked to AJ later.
Oh, who was
But there is a segment you just see him talking to someone.
Who was he talking to?
Dommy Boy. He was talking to Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, yeah. So it's right when it shows Dakota and EO in the back, and she's walking out to come to the ring. Karrion Kross and Dominic Mysterio are standing right there talking, and it makes you wonder, are they picking at something? Is Karrion, because Karrion don't got a group no more.
Yeah.
And, with the Judgment Day segment, it almost seems like they're starting to edge Finn out, because the moment Liv and Raquel were talking and Finn starts walking in, Raquel immediately hit Liv and got her to stop talking. And they were clearly talking about Dom. And then they said, we were just talking about you and your match tonight. But they were clearly talking about Dom. And then obviously Dom made the lovely choice of telling Finn, hey, I want Penta in the Judgment Day. Which pissed Balor off, called him a snake. So definitely forgot to talk about those, but they are building to something.
Yeah. Well, I think like you said, Balor's probably about out of the Judgment Day, because especially after that match too, and what went down.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. That one, yeah, we'll get into that one.
But well, let's get into it.
And let's face this too. Seth brought up a subject in his promo that Roman's not going to be too enthused with, because he brought up that Roman still needs his
Oh yeah, his
was architect or
his
whatever,
architect, yeah.
stating that he
make
was
a
the
plan.
architect of the Shield. So he's bringing up Shield again to screw Roman. So Roman's gonna lay him out. He is. Roman's gonna lay Seth out. He's gonna lay Punk out.
So
Roman's not happy right now.
no, Roman's not happy, and
apparently, I found this out later in the week, last week, that all 3 Judgment Day members hit Seth Rollins' curb stomp in a match. So Seth did it to Punk, Roman did it to Seth, and then Jon Moxley did it to a person he was fighting in the ring. I can't remember who it was, but apparently all 3 of the Shield members did the curb stomp last week. Tell me that's not coincidental. Tell me they're not talking and going, hey, it'd be funny if we all did this. No. Anyway, so that leads us to the next match. The final match, the Intercontinental title match. Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor. Which is actually a decent match. Finn was holding his own quite well. Was definitely taking it to Braun. Oh, God. Which usually leads to how it usually is. Judgment Day decides they're going to come stick their heads out. But now I'm starting to wonder if they're doing it intentionally to screw over Balor.
Well, one way or the other, he's going to take it that way.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't going to...
Let's face it, the heat's been going against Dom and Balor since before JD was gone. And Finn had a good chance of possibly winning tonight, or Monday night. And Dom cost him that. He made him get...
Yeah, well, he jumped up there to drop Braun off the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
And Braun hit the rope coming down, and it dropped Finn, too.
Yep. And Finn immediately looked at Dom.
Mm-hmm. And that gave Braun enough time to get back up and do his move. Which, gave him the win, because he...
Seeing they're even saying this was easily the best performance on the entire show that night.
Oh yeah, it was the best fight of the night.
So I think they rushed through the other matches to give them time to do their match.
And then we get Judgment Day.
After Breaker defeats Finn, Judgment Day jumps in and starts attacking him.
We get their attack, and then Penta comes out.
Penta comes out, lays them down, which that's not going to hold over well with Dom and Finn either.
No.
And now, is there a possibility that we're going to get an Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania going Penta and Breaker, which would be crazy because I heard that they weren't going to do nothing crazy with Penta until after WrestleMania. So if they're fitting him into a WrestleMania feud,
right, we should
definitely be cool.
That'd be a good fight, though.
It really would.
Because, Penta and Breaker, that's going to be... We'll have to see how that plays out. That might be down the road, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely... It's going to turn into a good match, Penta and Breaker, wherever they end up doing it. Definitely, but honestly, I think if they end up doing it, they need to do it for WrestleMania. Get a couple more.
No, they've definitely got a lot of show to fill.
They really do, because if you think about it, we only got the 4 matches.
4 matches so far.
Which can be considered, the end of the night. And each show needs, 5? 4 to 5?
Yeah, 4 to 5 each night, so...
On both nights, so you've got basically Raw on the first night, SmackDown on the second night. So we've got 2 matches filled for each show. We've got 2 to 3 that still need to be filled for each show. So that's, 4 to 6 matches still open.
Yep. So,
and it's going to be insanely crazy. So I honestly think it wouldn't be a bad idea to make it a WrestleMania feud and really drive Penta and Braun into a
get Penta Braun in there.
Into a storyline.
Probably get Chelsea's match in there. Get her someone going up against her for a title match.
And Lyra's got her match on Monday.
Which
Raquel.
Oh yeah, Raquel. That's right.
Mm-hmm. And so that leads.
So if you get
makes you wonder if Raquel's gonna win.
Title change Monday.
And if Liv and Dom have their way, she will. So we'll definitely have to keep our eye on that match.
So.
But, we're going to have to see where everything stands after after Friday.
See how Friday and Monday go and see what shakes.
Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more going on SmackDown this week. And it's going to have, you're going to have Cody there. You're going to have, which he's going to have something to say again. Yeah. You're going to have Seth and Roman and Punk out there.
You should have, Liv should have something going on.
Liv might be out there.
So I don't know if she's got a match or if we'll hear from her, but.
I don't know. Well, they'll be there because they're the tag champions. They get to cross over.
Yeah.
So, but definitely going to be a thing to start watching. They're building up to something. Don't know what yet, but it's going to be big.
Probably got to hear from Chelsea at some point. She had that title defense.
She was on NXT.
On NXT, she just did a title defense.
Yeah. She's jumping everywhere for a minute.
She's all over the place.
Which makes you wonder if they're going to bring her into the WrestleMania plan. Because she's been jumping to NXT quite a bit.
Her title reign has been so over the top. Just so well received,
Oh, yeah.
Her whole...
Just the fact that she's got those...
Pledge allegiance to...
Entourage.
Pledge allegiance to Chelsea.
Oh, that does...
was it hers?
SmackDown. We do have a match for a possibility at Chelsea's title. If Zelina beats Piper...
Oh, are they getting
she gets to go.
Contender match?
That's what was talked about last week, because remember, Zelina said she was going to come take it from her. Right. Then Piper got in the way and goes, "You have to go through me first." And she said, "Okay, next week." So that's what's happening on SmackDown as well. So, and if anything, fingers crossed, I hope Zelina gets it. I've been a huge fan of Zelina to where I want to see her get another run at any title she can get at this point, because I'm sorry, she came up in that diva age and people just don't take her seriously, and she's got serious momentum behind her. She can definitely kick some ass. And they're dropping hints as of late on people coming. So apparently Penta's brother is going to be coming. That's one of the rumors, one of the hints. And then possibly Zelina Vega's husband, Malachi Black, who is no longer of AEW, is coming. He is the Dark number 4, supposedly. Don't know what he's coming to, but he's possibly coming. But I heard there's like 2 more hints that wrestlers are coming, and I can't remember who the hints were of. But it makes you wonder, and honestly, if Malachi Black's coming, I think they should really, because Malachi Black's been doing like a dark force with AEW. I think Karrion Kross and Malachi working together would do real well. So he's possibly coming back. I'm not sure when they're going to do this. I bet you anything it's probably going to happen after WrestleMania or very close to WrestleMania, because, as we've said, they don't really have story for him just yet. Okay, phone, come on. I'm trying to get to where the rumors section. Sorry. Because they actually have a rumor section on this page. And my phone doesn't want to work. I'm just going to see if they had the rumor for who's coming. Which, if Penta's brother's coming, that's going to be insanely good. I heard they were an amazing tag team together. All right, there we go. Rumors, there we go. Come on. You can load a little bit faster, please. Okay, I don't think that brought up anything, to be honest. Yeah, I don't see anything about people coming. This is this is all just people's statuses. So, whatever. Anywho.
All right, well.
Definitely got a good SmackDown coming. Yep. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better than what it's been as of late.
We'll see how the crowd is in Italy.
Cool it down, guys. Let us get our show in, please.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back for SmackDown.
Let's see how it goes. I mean, you got a full house this next round, and we still got story with Jade and Naomi coming around. So we'll see where that leads. And, cross fingers. Hopefully we can state it turns into a 6-way at WrestleMania. And they all just slaughter each other. That'll be a good one.
Get that ladder match you talked about.
Damn right. Come on, Tripp. Do it. Just do it, man.
All right.
Anywho, so definitely be a good show. You guys have a good night.